Hey guys, how are you doing? Today I'd like to introduce you to a brand new website called Global Fun. It's essentially a place where you can meet new people while engaging in the recreational activities that you love. Specifically, we have an event map that you can surf through to find fun social events near your location that others have posted, as well as a list of over 100 different communities that you can join, all outfitted with our special two-mode system, global and local. If you've ever been bored with nothing to do with your free time, then this is the site for you. So without any further ado, let me show you around this experimental web app. First off, you can get to this page by entering the following URL, globalfun.earth, in your browser. This will take you to our login and registration page. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if one of your inputs during registration is invalid, an error marker will appear that will show a pop-up message of what went wrong when you hover over it. Like so. Do keep in mind that we do have a one account per person policy, so you can only use emails and phone numbers once for account creation. Afterwards, if you try to make another account with the same email or phone number, you'll get an error message saying that it's already being used. There is of course a verification system in place, so you don't have to worry about anyone stealing your email or phone number from you, as you can't spoof this process. We use your email to remind you what your username is, or to reset your password in case you forget your credentials, and use your phone number to enforce our one account policy, which we believe will encourage more civil behavior for safer experiences online, as temporary bans will hold more weight and keep people accountable to their actions. This is especially important because this site was designed for people to meet up with others, and so we prioritize your safety first above all else. Okay, so we already have an account made for the purposes of this video, so let me just log in here. Alright, so as you can see, upon logging in, we default to entering our personal feed. This is where you can see posts made by your friends and people you follow, or your own posts that you've made while in your personal feed. You can edit and delete your own posts, or report other people's posts if you think something is wrong. Do note that if you edit your posts, will be marked edited. Next up, we have our communities. Here at Global Fun, we have an index of all created communities, allowing you to quickly find those that are of interest to you. And as you can see here, the only way to create a new community is to request our admins to make one for you. This gives us the control we need to ensure that all of our communities remain unique from each other, so that we don't run into the situation of having any redundant duplicates. So instead of having, say, 12 different poker communities for different regions around the world, we instead have one global poker community for all members within that society, thereby raising the overall potential of all our groups. This is also why the default mode for our communities is called Global Mode, as you're engaging with a set of all people interested in a particular activity. In fact, all of our communities have two modes, Global Mode and Local Mode. Global Mode works like any other normal community. Global Mode posts can be seen by all others, provided they are in the same language server. Alternatively, we have Local Mode, where users can only see posts that were made within 10 miles of their current location. Posts from the two modes are separate from each other, so you won't see any Local Mode posts while in Global Mode, or see any Global Mode posts while in Local Mode. So while in Local Mode, you only see posts made by people who are nearby and receive comments in your own posts by those close enough to you. If Global Mode's purpose was to gather all like-minded individuals together, then Local Mode's purpose is to partition that large community into more manageable and personable levels. As Local Mode operates off your locale, you can just think of it as your own specialized inner circle, custom tailored just for you. Next up, we have our event map. This is where people can find cool interactive activities available near their location. So we can move around the map by just left-clicking and dragging, or host an event ourselves by clicking on this icon here and then anywhere else on the map. If you need to move around the map again, then remember to click on the move icon and again click and drag. Instead of just randomly surfing through the map, you can also take a look at our event boards. It's separated into two types, community and other. If the name of one of the communities you joined appears anywhere within the title or description of an event, it will appear within the communities event tab. Otherwise, it will appear in the others events tab. So the events are ordered by time, then distance. And you can center your map to where the event is taking place by left-clicking on any of them. Then you can click on the event marker itself and you'll see all the necessary details. If you need to know the address of an event, you can just left-click on the map while you have the move icon selected and you'll see a nearby address. See? If you need to search through the map, you can do so by clicking on this box here and entering your desired location. So there's a small gimmick to this. You only receive search results for a specific address if it appears within your viewable range. So if I search for Japan right now, it won't actually show me any results because it's outside my viewable range, in which case I just have to zoom out and try again. Now you can join and leave events as long as the event hasn't started yet. Once the event has started, the map markers will switch from red to orange and the join and leave options will be replaced by too late to leave or too late to join. It will also no longer show up on the event boards. But don't worry, because if you join an event, you can still center your map to where that event is taking place by using the calendar. The calendar keeps track of all the events you've joined. So just click on the blue dot within the date for which you're concerned about, and then you'll see a list of all events that you have for that day. You can click on one of these events, and boom, the map will recenter itself there. However, 1 hour after the event has started, the marker will completely disappear, and you won't be able to access any of the event details aside from its location, as you can still recenter the map there by using the calendar. If you have any questions about a particular meetup, then please use the discussion forum available within the event details. Do note that we do not allow you to delete events, so if you need to cancel your planned gathering, edit the description, and post a message on the discussion forum ahead of time saying such. Okay, so let's actually create our own event here. Maybe there was a bowling alley nearby and I just wanted to organize a fun social event. Perhaps somewhere in Revere Drive. Okay, so let me just type this up. And maybe we'll make things a little bit more interesting by adding a prize pool. And set it to Sunday in the afternoon. Okay. Let me just refresh the page so that it actually shows up in our event boards. And we should be able to see our event here. And oh, it seems I made a typo. Hold on. Let's just edit it. Okay, there. Okay, so you'll notice that for the events that you create, you won't have the option to leave or join. Instead, you're automatically joined and can't leave. Additionally, as we have just seen, the report option will be replaced by the edit option. That said, our event is showing on the Others Events tab right now instead of the Community Events tab. And that's because even though bowling is a community and the name appears within the title or description of an event, we haven't actually joined the bowling community. So let's fix that right now. So let me just find the community, join it, and there, it's fixed. Now it shows up on our Communities Events tab. Alright, so let's return to the personal feed. Now Global Fun does have instant messaging, so you can chat with your friends online to plan your next hangout. You can access all your conversations by clicking on this messaging icon. It'll show you the most recent messages on top and the least recent messages on the bottom. Now if there's a new message that you haven't yet seen, this messaging icon will be replaced with 3 dots to indicate such. Additionally, the profile icon for that conversation will be colored orange instead of its usual white to show you that you haven't yet seen it. Okay, so if you click on a conversation, a message box will open up. And from there, you have the options to mute, block, report, or unfriend. So the way muting works is that even though these conversations will still order themselves from most recent to least recent, the profile icon will not turn orange, and you will not see the 3 dots instead of the usual messaging icon for those associated conversations. Blocking is even more severe. It makes it so that neither of you can send a message to the other. It also prevents your post from showing up on their personal feed, and vice versa. Reporting is pretty self-explanatory, and so is unfriending. You'll also be able to open up a message box by clicking on a friend's name directly. Additionally, a black dot will appear to the right of a friend's name if they've been active within the last 3 minutes. Next up, we have our notification system. There are essentially 5 different types of notifications: friend requests, acceptance of friend requests, new comments on your posts, direct replies to your content, and like milestones. So we're just going to cover the last 3. If you click on a new comment notification, it'll send you to the notification feed, where you'll be able to see all the posts that you've made that have comments on them. The newly commented post will appear above the caught up message, while the already seen commented post will stay underneath that threshold. As for the direct replies, when you click on this notification message, it will show you the post where that reply is from, open up all the comments until it finds the one reply is in, and scroll you down to the exact location where that reply was made at. As for the like milestones, they trigger whenever your content materials crosses a new like count for the first time. They operate in magnitudes of 10 starting from 1. They work in the same way as the reply notification, in that it'll scroll you down to the location where the like content is in when you click on it. Finally, we have our profile pages, which we can access directly through our settings, or indirectly by searching ourselves up. While in your own page, you will have the options to edit some of your personal details. Some details, such as birthday and birthplace, will also show up underneath your name in the search results if they've been set to some value. So let me actually show this by filling out this form and then searching for this account. So I am an independent contractor at Chess Wizards. I went to Tenafly High School. Rutgers. And there we go. Okay, so let me search myself up. And as you can see, our personal details are listed, so people can use this to distinguish between people with the same name. Your profile page will also list all personal feed posts that you've made underneath your account details. Now, if you're in somebody else's profile page, you'll also see the option to follow them so that their posts made while in the personal feed also shows up in your personal feed. You can also send them a friend request, in which case you'll automatically follow them. Another way to send friend requests is through their username. Just type it in this box here and click the add button. That's pretty much it. The only thing left is this tab where you can find out what your referral link is so that you can get credit for inviting your close friends to make an account with us. Upon successfully inviting 5 people, you will also receive a special exclusive reward as thanks for contributing to our platform. The reward is kept secret, so I won't disclose what it is, but I will say that I have shown it to other people and they seem to like the feature. Okay, that's everything. Thank you for taking the time to view this tutorial, and here's to hoping that you enjoy this platform as much as I do. Onwards to the next adventure.